Ah. Pilot, you want to hear a story? Oh, yes. Story time. Okay, here we go. All right, down. There you go. Here we go. There's no pictures this time, Pi, but I'll tell it to you. Oh, you make an excellent table, too. I heard this told as a Sufi story. I don't know if it really is. A stream, from its course in far-off mountains, passed through every kind and type and description of countryside and terrain, and at last it reached the sands of the desert. And just as it had crossed every other barrier, just as it had gone over boulders and through forests, it tried to cross this one, but it found that as fast as it ran into the sand, its water disappeared. It was convinced, though, that its destiny, its goal, its purpose was to cross this desert. And yet there was no way. And now a hidden voice, a voice coming from the desert itself, whispered to it. It said, "The wind crosses the desert. The wind crosses the desert, and so can the stream." It said, by hurling into the sand in your usual way, by doing the thing that you're used to doing, you can't get across, you're going to disappear. Best case scenario, you become a marsh. You don't make it across, though. But the wind can carry you over to make it to your destination. "How can this happen?" says the stream. "This makes no sense. I am a stream. It is wind." It had never been absorbed before. It didn't want to lose its identity, its individuality. It didn't want to change the way that it had always done things. It was a stream. It wanted to keep being a stream. How can I lose what I'm used to and then regain it again? How can I let go of what I've always been and then find myself again once I've done that? "Well," said the sand, who was very patient and answers lots of questions in this story, "well, the wind does this for you. It takes up the water. It carries it over the desert, and then it lets it fall again, and falling as water, you become the river again." So this river was a very suspicious river. This river says, "How can I know this is true? How can it be so?" Well, the desert said, "Look, I mean, maybe not, right? But best case scenario, if you don't give it a shot, is that you become a quagmire. I mean, best case scenario, if you don't try this wind thing, you become a swamp. And you never cross the desert. Swamps don't go anywhere. They sit around being swamps." Stream said, but this means I can't stay the same stream that I am right now. This means that I have to transform and untransform. I mean, the stream that I'm going to be on the other side of this desert is not going to be the stream that I am right now. This unbroken chain from way up in the mountains all the way to here. "Look," said the sand, "look, you can't stay the way you are. In either case, no matter what happens, you're going to be transformed. You can't brute force your way across the desert." The sand said, "Look, stream, you're getting yourself confused about what you really are and what you're really about deep in the heart of yourself. You think of yourself as being the stream, but that's not really what you are deep down. What you are is water, all come together. Water and motion." And when it heard this, certain echoes started to arise in the deepest memories of the stream, and dimly it remembered some state of being when it was held in the arms of a wind. It remembered that what it really was water in motion, not water running between two banks. And so the steam rose into vapor, rose into the welcoming arms of the wind, which gently and easily bore it across the desert and along. And on the far side, at the roof of a mountain, it fell softly, gently. Came back together again and became a stream once more. The stream became a stream once more. What do you think about that, Pilot? What do you think? He keeps his own counsel about most things except dinner. This is the moment that we're in, though. I think of this, that our little stream of a church has moved into vapor. In this case, though, electrons, ones and zeros, that are carrying me to you and you to each other and each of us to all of us. And we come back together again after all of this, however long it takes us to get through this desert of isolation. And we come back together again at the end of it. Because the essence of who we are, the essence of what church is about, is not to be meeting inside a room together. That's not the mission, that's not the center of it, that's not the heart of it. We're a people who gather. We're a people who move. A people who come together out of many droplets to form a whole, to grow our spirits, and to help heal the world. And sometimes that takes transformation and reforming on the other side, and sometimes it is not what we want to do. And that's okay. It's the work that we're called to with curiosity, with joy. It's the work that calls us into our own integrity. You think?